Hello. How are you doing today? My name is Charlie. I'm a non-binary sci-fi fantasy writer who's doing way too many things right now and not sleeping again, which is fun. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. That is the theme of today's show. Everything is fine. Trust me. Luckily, you don't have to deal with me and my rambly brain all by my lonesome because we are joined by the wonderful, the amazing, the completely real chair of Cat Leo, and the phenomenal writer extraordinaire, the creator of the We Shall Not Go Back anthology, Megan McCarthy. Oh my goodness, we're crammed in here way too close together, but soon we'll be separated by the wonderful, phenomenal writer, Stephanie Whitsom, and who snuck in just as we were going live, just as everything was starting to happen, the phenomenal Laura Nettles.
With a whiny Roy. Oh my gosh.
Oh my. So before I say hello to everybody, yes. May the breath be with you, because the air must flow. Like, the allergies today are just insane. I feel like I have something just sitting on my forehead. I just want to close my eyes. Breathing is not my friend. If I disappear for an extended period of time on the stream, I apologize. It's because I can't stop sneezing. Like, it's so bad outside. Everything on the deck is yellow.
Oh, man.
Everything is yellow. It's so thick. It looks like when I used to live on a dirt road and the trucks would race by and just dust everything. It's so thick. It is so thick. Hopefully we may get rain today that will wash some of this out of the air. But oh my goodness, it's insane.
It was thunderstorming here today.
How is everybody doing today?
It's sunny out here. It's I'm
under
doing
100
pretty good.
degrees here, so I'll take that.
It's 81 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny here,
It's gotten up to
so I'm a
78.
little toasty.
Yeah, as soon as it hit 80 degrees here, everything decided to release its pollen into the air at the exact same time. Like, just everything decided to, like, it's not going to immediately burst into flames if we put this into the air. Yay! Whoosh! And, like, I thought something was on fire in the neighborhood, and no, it was just the ragweed releasing clouds of pollen down the road. Like,
Oh, wow.
I thought it was smoke, like weirdly colored smoke. No, that was just all of the milkweed and the ragweed deciding right now's a good time to just let it rip. Just whee! It's fun.
I mean, technically under 100, it's only 99. So, I mean, I'll take it. We're not in 100-degree weather anymore for the day. We'll see about tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow is another day. Hello, Maggie. I hope that your breathing is breathing, because I know you're having the allergies today too. Hello, Heather. How are you doing today? Hello, CB. Literally doing Prep-Tober right now. That's awesome. I have not thought about whether or not I'm doing any of the nanos or anything else ever again. I've not even, my brain. I don't know. They've not gone well for me though. It's
I've
been
only
weird.
ever won one, Charlie. I've only ever won one. All the others I never meet my goals. So, but I do get words written during the month. But
I wrote all 3 of the Whisper in the Dark books during a nano. So it was either a camp or the main nano. And I wrote Shine Like Thunder during a nano. But lately, it seems like every time I'm like, I'm going to do this right now, life goes, no.
I think that's just pandemicness life at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to be here today because, like, yesterday my back was really acting up. I couldn't sit up straight in a chair, and my knee swelled up on me really, really bad because arthritis is fun, And luckily, swelling's completely gone down today, and my back is occasionally feeling like there's a thunderstorm in my vertebra. But, it's just a little lightning-y. Still good. It's I hate to say it, but this is normal. We've gone back to normal, so I can't blame it for things. Hello, cool gamer. How are you doing today? Hearts to Roy. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I have gotten some breathing into my nose, but not as much as I would like. I would like more. It would make me so much more the happy. Ooh.
Nice.
You got the one that I have the gold line. She's the black line.
Nice.
Welcome back. Hello, Eva.
Hello.
And well, thank you, cool gamer. I
Gracias.
cannot speak for myself, but they definitely are. I don't know what I'm doing today, mainly because it's really hard for me to keep my eyes open. Like the pressure in my head right now, I literally debated like, what would people think if I did the entire stream with my sleep mask on, so that I didn't have to deal with glaring light from everything. And I obviously decided against that because I have my glasses on.
Package.
But
You'll lose your nose, Roy.
what I'm probably going to be doing, other than sneezing, okay. Allergies are fun. What I'm probably going to be doing today is I use Plotter for all of my stories.
Ooh.
I did not sneeze for like the entire hour we were backstage before
Fragments
the
of
stream started.
Horror by Junji Ito.
Junji Ito.
Looks disturbing.
Oh, Junji
Looks
Ito
right
is
up your alley.
extremely disturbing.
Ooh.
That is some of the most
Love
mild
the
mannered
hardcover.
Junji Ito art I've ever seen. Because he's very the body horror kind of.
Have you
That one thing was like coming at you. I'm like, oh, hello.
seen the trailer for the anime for Uzumaki that comes out later this year?
No, I have not.
It literally looks like animated tracings of Junji Ito's art.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, they've been working on this for a couple of years already, and chef's kiss. And I think the person doing the music is the person who did the music for Hereditary, so they're good with the horror and just.
Mhm.
Yes. I think my favorite Junji Ito story, and I'm terrible at names and I apologize, is the one where everybody has a like carve out in the side of the wall of the mountain that fits them perfectly.
Yes,
And
I have it.
I'm just gonna say, and the shenanigans that ensue, because I really don't want to upset people that don't like horror.
It's very short.
It is very short, but it is
I'll see
so
what it's called.
impactful. It is such a good story. Like, very few things give me nightmares. That story gave me nightmares.
So it's in the back of Gyo. Here it is. The Enigma of Amigara Fault.
There we go.
So it's this fault with all of these cutouts of people. Yeah. So
Wow.
each cutout relates to a specific person. So
Yeah, and
you have to find
perfectly
yours.
fits. Yeah. I'm just Junji Ito is one of the few writers that can actually give me nightmares.
The last page of the story, I was just like, oh, so good.
He's just like, if you like horror and you don't know Junji Ito's work, look it up. I'm shocked that you have not heard of it if you haven't, because
Yes,
oh my goodness, Um, yeah, yeah. I think most of those stories are just like, what is the worst possible combination of things that could ever happen in existence? Like, not to a person. Some people, when they're like coming up with their horror plots, are like, what is the worst thing that could happen to a person, to a city, maybe to a civilization? No, Junji Ito is just, what is the worst thing that could ever exist?
Yeah.
Ever. Like, in the most cursed timeline that has ever been
Amen to
cursed,
that. Oh my gosh.
what could exist? Let me write a story about that.
So I have his book called Deserter, which is his earliest works. And that's the only time I've ever seen him use a classic monster. He has a couple of vampires in one story. And I think it's called Biohouse. Like, and the vampires aren't even the main bad. But, like, everything else is just off the wall, out of the box. How did you come up with this? Oh my gosh. Like,
Right?
oh, so good.
Yeah, his stuff is just messed up.
Like,
The sneezing is strong with this one today. Which is, like I said, it's really frustrating because like the entire pre-show, I did not sneeze once. I was like, maybe I'm over it. Maybe I'm over the hill. No, it was just saving them for when we went live. Alrighty. But so what I'm probably going to be doing today, because my brain is not working well because allergy funk, Plotter has just released a whole bunch of character templates for use in there, and I've been trying to refine some of the characters for one of my stories to get a better sense, because I really want it to be a contradiction in terms. I want it to be a character driven space opera, which like never happens. Space opera is always plot driven.
Online dating profile? Is
Yes.
that a new one?
Yep.
I'm like, hey,
They have crazy ones. They have all of the James Lipton questions.
They have numerology, Rorschach, ink blot test.
They've added a bunch of really, really fun ones, and they're really helping me kind of dig into the characters.
Ooh,
One of the ones-
character sheets.
And one of the ones that I found really interesting for, especially this kind of a story, is the Maslow hierarchy of needs one, because the way they phrase each level is more like, what is their need in story on each of these levels? And I hadn't really thought about that, but especially given the survival aspect of this story I'm working on, that actually be really interesting in figuring out how to do the character arcs versus the plot arcs and stuff for each character. Like it's been helping me clarify my understanding of how to do this. Thank you for the link to Junji Ito's stuff, Maggie.
I love what she put after. He looks like such a mild-mannered person, like Stephen King. But don't let that fool you.
Oh, that should always be the most frightening part. Like when you meet a horror writer and they're like all gothed out and like tattooed up, they're gonna write like the mildest, like sweetest horror stories you'll ever read in your life. Like the more piercings you see, the less freaky the stories, because they like did it to themselves and endured it themselves, and they're not putting their characters through it. That's my personal theory. I don't know what it is. I know a lot of horror writers.
Like Laura
almost universally.
Sarasiva.
But look at Laura. She looks so normal. Those stories are
So
terrifying.
disturbing.
So disturbing.
In such a good way.
Yeah, it's a weird universal law that I have found. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why this is the case, but also, if you meet a sci-fi writer, generally, I can only vouch for this rule when it comes to female sci-fi writers. But the more flowers that are present in the clothing, the more technically accurate their stories are. I don't know why this is, but I've noticed, like, if you meet a sci-fi writer and they're like and she's wearing like this floral print dress that like you could not physically fit more flowers on if you tried, because you would just be hiding flowers at that point. This is probably going to be the most scientifically rigorous space story you have ever read in your life. don't know why that's true. But I have also found that to also be a weird correlation.
What other ones do you have?
Flowers is math. Oh, and okay, other ones. Beware all erotica writers who are really, really calm and kind of sweet. They're going to write the most frightening BDSM that you've ever read in your life. And it's also generally going to be M to M. And I don't understand that, especially if they're lesbians. If you meet a really sweet, flowery, like bouncy, jovial erotica writer, she writes really, really dirty, raunchy BDSM M to M fiction, erotica. I don't know why that is the case. I can do a 1-for-1 matchup in my head on people that I know. Like, just sweetest people in the world. Oh my goodness, why did you do that? Why are there nails involved? I don't understand. Why do we need to bring a hammer into the story? I don't understand. Like, just, it's weird. I don't get it. But it's true. Come on, great. Yeah.
I found one of the horror stories that was one of my first foray into horror manga, and it scarred me. Ah, there it is. It's called Human Chair.
I don't think I'll be looking
I
that
don't.
one
I
up.
don't want to know what that is.
So the story is there's an author, there's a writer, and she wants a comfy chair to sit in as she writes.
Mm-hmm.
And a chair maker is like, we got all these cool chairs. And she's like, I want a comfy one. So she gets like this big, fluffy, squishy armchair. And she like starts hearing things at night in the apartment. And is getting these letters. And it's like, what the heck is going on? And I can't remember all of it. But like, turns out they like peel the back of the chair off. And there's somebody sitting in the chair. There's like little shelves in the chair with the teapot and stuff. Like they are living in the chair. So she's been sitting in somebody's lap writing all these stories. It's like, ah!
No, thank you.
It's so good. It's so
I
good.
mean, unless it's Chris Evans.
Go with Dr. Sevens.
There can be exceptions to this rule, but generally speaking, no.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat if you want to read it.
All right.
I don't want to read it.
I feel the
Chair
same
felt
way.
like a hug. Yeah, no.
So if anybody, it's also there if you want to add it to your ad
My main
blocker.
character.
Never show anything from this page.
CB says, living in a chair that sounds so much like a Bon Jovi song.
I kind of need a like parody song. Like Laura,
Weird
that's your
Al's
homework.
version
I-
of Living on a Prayer.
That's just, oh my goodness. Except for it'd be like about Wally, because they're on their journey and like, oh, we're halfway there. Oh, we're living in a chair. Because Wally.
Yeah,
Get
that's
it?
true.
Haha. I'm not singing because I did sing a Bon Jovi song once and got a weird note from the thingies. Try not to sing on YouTube. Basically, try not to sing on YouTube. YouTube has been bitchy about that. Which I don't understand because it's not like I'm doing all that good a job at it. Yep. Alrighty. So today we are going to be using the wonderful mermaid timers because that's what we chose. So anyway, I'm going to be working on my characters. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let's just do a sprint and maybe things will be better on the other side.
Purple tailed mermaids. That's what they're called.
I see at least two.
Okay, if I put the human chair link in the normal chat.
If you want to.
Join me.
I'm going to go with number
Number 4.
I don't know what it is about the blue hair, but it made me go, I want blue hair. Which is weird because I usually want red hair. But I could I see myself with that color blue.
I'll
I
go
think it
with
would
three.
look fabulous. Alrighty. Make sure that you are saving your work. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And that, trust me, especially on this stream, while we enjoy the productivities, if you need to just daydream, no one is going to hold that against you here. It's fine. It's wonderful because self-care is productivity for writers. Let's go ahead and get this sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Bye-bye.
Number 7. My lucky number, but not the one I chose.
One of the blue tails. Oh my goodness, I forgot where the tab was. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. All right. I worked on Noelle a bit more. I filled out their hierarchy of needs, which actually did help me see a more complex situation with their villainy and why they are the way that they are. So, yay. And now I'm back to the character bio, trying to figure out what is it? What is their life goal? As somebody who doesn't do this well for their own life, this is very hard for me to do for characters. Like, what do they want out of their lives? But I at least got a bunch of stuff done. How did everybody else do?
Well, I was close to falling asleep there. I managed to open my eyes just as it was like 45 seconds to go, and I'm like, ooh, that was calling it close. So then I came back here, and I am awake now. I intended to be writing, but that didn't happen.
Wakefulness, what are you? Why
I
are you?
was flagging off the light to get some of this stuff in our shadow, and then I found 2 Kickstarters that I want that are horror anthologies.
Nice.
One is an anthology by women redefining the word witch,
Ooh.
Mm.
and one is all about horror for dream horror. Stories about nightmarish hallucinations, the phantasmagoric experiences by some of the scariest writers in the business.
Nice.
I brainstormed about the next thing I'm going to be writing. That's what I did.
Nice.
I know one of my characters, but that's about as far as I got.
I would just like to say that you are like a beast with your writing, like
Oh.
because you keep having so much stuff coming out. I'm like, doesn't she like homeschool her children?
Yes, so this
How
this
does
is
she
how
have the time?
I'm going to tell you my secret, okay? All right, you want to know my secret, guys? How I keep on writing my book, and I travel full time, and I am the only one homeschooling my kids. It's because I have a secret insomnia plague on me, and so when I don't sleep at night is when I write. That is my secret. Like really, that's my secret.
You have weaponized your insomnia.
Yes.
This may we all, may the odds ever be in our favor.
And then also I homeschool like 4 days a week, and then and I tell the kids like if you don't get everything done by Friday, or by the 4th, after the 4 days, if you don't get everything done, then we have to spend it to catch up day. And they're like, okay, Mom, and I've not had to do that. They would like having the extra day off on the weekend, so it works so far. And then on the weeks that we actually because we travel from one RV campground on Mondays to another one, like every 3 weeks. On those days, they don't do schoolwork at all because by the time we're like traveling and setting up and everything, everyone's fried. So that's like a day off. So like for 1 week we do 3 days, and then the other weeks they do 4 days. But mainly it's that I weaponize my insomnia. I like that. I like how you put that. Yes. Yeah.
When I was homeschooled, we only did 4 days a week as well. We went to school 2 weeks early because we were done.
Yeah, like usually we're done with school by like Memorial Day or something, and then we'll pick it back up. And
I'm jealous. When I was homeschooled, we did 5 days a week. Math every morning.
I had been homeschooled in all honesty. And I would have been the kid like, can we just go year round? Is that a thing we can do? Because y'all, I hated summer vacation.
So,
I
like-
hated summer vacation.
usually we're like done from like May until like September, but then we got here in the warm state of Texas in like March. And I was like, well, it's getting hot. It's really hot. So how about you guys do some schoolwork a little bit during the summer? Not like every day, but on the days when it was like 109 outside. Who wants to go outside anyway? So we did some then, which is how they're halfway done with their new schoolwork already.
Oh wow.
So let us begin with giving CB some snaps for 1,163
Wow.
words added to the plan. That is amazing. That is
Yet
wonderful.
another beast.
Yeah, I'm desperately
I've
trying
just
to get,
decided to call people beasts when they're like really impressive at things.
I'm just desperately trying to get over this good fiction fallacy that I've fallen into, because it's not that my fiction is allowed to be crap, though. I see you, Netflix. I see you. Maybe it is allowed to be crap and I can make millions of dollars. I don't know. I see you, Netflix. I see you. But I have these like standards that are based on feelings. Like it's not like an objectively like I need to make sure I get rid of the spelling mistakes and typos, or I need to have good grammar. There are certain feels I want my fiction to give me that I think are unrealistic, because I don't know any counter arguments. Like I can't point to I want write a book that makes me feel like fill in the blank book. So it's not like I have something that I can study to see how to make the thing that I want to make. And so it's like this wonderful procrastination tool where it's like, I have all of these finished manuscripts, but they don't feel right yet. They just don't, they're not hitting the right beat. Like, this is something wrong with them. And I hand them to people and they're like, oh, I really like that. And I'm just like, yeah, but I mean, they could be better, which is a really hard statement to argue with, because anything could be better. Like you can improve pretty much anything. So it's very hard for people to argue against it could be better. So
It could be better, but it's good enough you can publish it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I have done is probably good enough to publish right now, but
You got to focus on your MVP, minimum viable product. Just get the minimum viable product out there and then adjust from there.
yeah, that's what I've been focusing on a lot with, especially the game development stuff, because I need to write a player's handbook. Like that's what I need to do. I don't need all the other stuff. Like I need to make sure there's enough lore there that people that have never read any of my books can tell stories there. But at the same time, I know more than I will ever be able to write about this setting. So that can't be the standard. It's all kinds of just, I have sabotaged myself. Moral of the story, I have sabotaged myself and I'm trying to get past it.
I need to
Yes,
see this whiny boy up back.
With the Maine Coon cat to not realize the orphan swan wondered.
Yes. The answer is
Probably.
yes.
Probably.
Especially since people who live in the city don't realize some wild animals are wild animals. People in the country realize this too. It's like, sweetie, put that back where you found it, please.
It was so hard for me to get somebody to
Mama
understand.
will be after you soon.
Like I live in a very rural part of the country, and like I was shocked that I had to have an argument with somebody that a fox was a fox, because they thought foxes were feral dogs. It was just what you called a dog, feral dogs.
No.
No.
And like, no,
Wow.
foxes are a completely different species. Like
A fox is a species fox.
foxes are foxes. So
Have
yeah,
you never seen The Fox and the Hound? Like, they're two different things. Two very different things.
Right?
So-
Can somebody teach me how to do that?
yeah.
Actually, I just read a book called Good Anxiety, which is how to transform bad anxiety to good anxiety. And it had a lot of good tips. My therapist really liked what I learned from it. and gave me an imaginary pat on the back for learning so much from the book.
I think I've weaponized.
I do believe that's supposed to say glory about the TV,
Yeah.
TV movie and old-fashioned things. See, where I might just let myself get broken is in Verily Bitchy's latest video about the trash fire that is First Kill. Towards the end of the video, she basically fixes the story and says one sentence that I can't get out of my head. And while I, yes, want to be working on my epic fantasy series, and yes, I really want to be doing this space opera that won't leave me alone, I might do a brief diversion to write a novella that is lesbians and vampires, but it's the birdcage. Because I can't stop thinking about that. I just can't stop thinking about that. And I think I was primed to be thinking about this because we talked about the birdcage so much on Glory Writes the Blues channel on Monday in talking about non-binary and gender fluid characters and how they are written, because Albert and Agador. But so maybe that just primed me for it, but I'm kind of obsessing just a wee little bit about writing that. So, and I might be able to give myself permission for it to be trash because, let's be honest, very little vampire fiction is not trash.
Let's be honest.
I'm a terrible person, and I make no. I don't lie. I'm very upfront about how terrible I am. I don't even remember the before time. We were talking about that the other day. Like, Brian was asking me if I wanted to start up my pre-Panini life, and I'm just like, what did I even do? Like, what was that? Like, I don't even. Did I go anywhere? Did I meet people? Was there an outside? I don't remember any of this. Like, it's such the before time. I have no idea.
I feel like you occasionally went to the restaurant.
Yeah, I definitely did that more, but which is probably better that I don't, because I have not made a chef cry in a very long time. So,
Oh, maybe it's about time you do go.
Is that your thing, Charlie, making chefs cry?
I'm very clear when it comes to people asking me for critiques. Do you want Monster Charlie or Sweet Innocent? Tell you what I think, Charlie, because these are very, like, I have a very cold analytical heart in a lot of ways. And if you ask for the monster, like, I have been known to make chefs cry. I have a very strong track record where they're like, no, be brutally honest. I'm like, you do not want me to be brutally honest. Like, no, be brutal. Just tear it apart. I'm like, okay. And then started talking about ingredients that they should not have put in, that they had no idea how I knew that they put it in there, because they didn't realize that as somebody who is both a foodie and a restaurateur, I have a developed palate and can pretty much taste a recipe, because that's a skill that you learn, so that when you go out to restaurants and you find something you like, you can jot down the recipe for it on the back of a napkin to bring home with you, so you can start experimenting to make a better version of it for your restaurant. That's just what the life is. And so many cis straight men have I brought to tears because they thought that they were the god of food. And no. Like, it was good food. Don't get me wrong. But if you want brutally honest, like, I will bring out the French chef and we will explain to you exactly how your technique was wrong.
Disney Princess with
I
So
would
we're
love
really
to
off
see this
topic.
business.
They found a mastodon skeleton.
Yeah, I heard about
not far
that.
from me.
I was close to you. I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, it's because the downtown the museum was like, hey, here's our update on this. Because I guess the museum also has people over there right now. Like, some of their staff is actually helping.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
based
cool.
on the initial field assessment, it looks like it's the bones from a single juvenile mastodon.
Cool.
All known bones have been excavated and brought to the museum. which is the museum I can go to. And the museum is staying in contact with the construction crew in case the construction crew finds any more bones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know what my future holds.
Paleontologist, not archaeologist.
Everything is so up in the air right now. I really don't know. Because for anybody who's unaware, like I've been doing a lot of classes lately, which is why starting next week, I'm going to be disappearing from the stream by a little while ago. Actually, no, I think I have to leave at 5:30 my time. So I can get ready for the class. Because they've moved classes to Wednesdays because my schedule means nothing to an uncaring universe. So I don't know what my classes will look like starting in November. Also, depending on what happens in September, I may be on a board of directors for a thing. So I may have more responsibilities that I am unaware of at this moment in time. Because this is pitched to me by, it's easy. It's just one Monday a month. One Monday a month, you have to do a conference call. It's going to be easy. And then he starts talking about all of the subcommittees that he's on and all the stuff that he's doing. And I'm just like, that sounds like a lot more than one Monday a month. Like maybe we all get together one Monday a month to like coordinate and plan. But it sounds like there's a lot of other things. Plus, I feel like
your book you're not writing,
like the book I'm not writing,
or the class
Totally.
you're not teaching.
So yeah, I don't even know what I'm having a really hard time imagining life past September because that's when the vote is to find out whether or not that life-changing thing is happening or not. So plus I know that they're wanting me to start teaching and I don't know which class they're wanting me to start teaching because if it's the intro class that I think they're wanting me to do, then that's a January class. So I might have to start doing prep to figure out how to do that.
How do you teach?
Because, things. I have no idea what my life is going to look like. Everything is crazy. I've just not been able to write anything well other than the nonfiction project that it's totally not a book. You don't want to know how many tens of thousands of words it is already. You don't want to know. I don't want to know. Let me put it that way. I don't want to know how many tens of thousands of words it is because
Have you already done a nano?
probably it's a lot. It's totally not a book. I'm totally not writing a nonfiction book right now. It's so much fun.
I was hanging out at the pool the other day, and this gentleman and his wife was like, "Oh, how long you been traveling?" I was telling him some of our lovely misadventures we've had. They're like, "You should write a book." I'm like, "Well, I do, just not about traveling." "Well, you should write a book about traveling." And I said, "I'll add it to my long list of suggestions from well-meaning people about books I should write." Because I thought, like, because I briefly told him about like the first time we tried going like full time, and we did it without a generator, and like we underestimated how heavy our RV was, or how much gas we were going to use, and we were in the Colorado mountains for an extended period of time while we ran out of gas and waited for more money to come and get more gas and all that. And they're like, "Wow, you didn't give up?" I'm like, "No, I guess we're just too stubborn." And here we are, almost 4 years later. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot, that's for sure. But I said, no, I don't want to write that. No. I don't even know where to begin. But yeah, I get a lot of people saying, "You should write this story." And I want to say, why don't you write it?
Yeah, that's the other thing is I have so many stories I want to tell. I really want a good voice to text or handwriting to text or brainwave to text device. Like that would be ideal. It's just, can I just download some of this stuff out?
You've read the book Tommyknockers, have you, Charlie? Yeah, but yeah, that's what that reminded me of when you said that.
Oh, Stargate. Yes,
Mhm.
Daniel, the character that they did dirty, then not dirty, then dirty again, and then not dirty, and then they just did not know what to do with him. But they did end up hiring his wife to guest star on the show for quite some time, so I guess it's fine. I just want them to actually greenlight the sequel series, because I know some people that know some things about the sequel series that has been planned. Because when HBO was bought by Time Warner and they announced that they were looking for a bunch of streaming shows, the original creative team behind Stargate got together and came up with another series, and also got all of the actors from the original series to agree to come back.
Ooh.
They even have concept art and stuff done. And the network entertained it for like 5 minutes and then said, yeah, but we want it to be a CW show that attracts the teenage audience. And I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, nobody needs this level of drama in their life. Like, nobody. Nobody. No.
2 trailers have dropped in this past week that I've worked on.
Oh,
Ooh.
yay.
Yay!
So I got to see all of the shots that I worked on for one of them because they had the whole sequence in the trailer.
Nice.
Well, now I just want to look up all the movie shows that dropped this week. That's probably a lot.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Nice.
I want to be excited, but I feel like we're now entering the season of nerd discontent, and I'm kind of wanting to hide from the internet because I'm still like just wanting to rage at everybody who's mad about Prey because anyway. But so tomorrow, She-Hulk Attorney at Law comes out, and a certain neckbeard type of person is going to hate this show because is woman who is superhero, and I'm just not looking forward to that discourse. And then I think it's Sunday, the new Game of Thrones prequel starts. And that's not going to be a fun time on the internet because I can already see the pre-war being set up by people, disingenuous people who...
And they're moving up the timeline for the Lord of the Rings, the Amazon one, because of the Game of Thrones show. They want to be able to compete with it, so they're releasing it earlier than expected.
And people are going to be really disingenuous about that, like they are already, because like I was talking to Brian about last night, like there's so many of that type on the internet right now that are complaining because they dared to show a female dwarf in the trailer and she doesn't have a beard, even though Tolkien, whether he was joking or not, said that all dwarves have beards, even the women. And I'm just like, what are you going to do? One, if they do it this way, you're going to be mad because they're not compliant with the lore. Even though Tolkien never wrote a female dwarf, that only exists in a letter that he wrote to somebody and may have been sarcasm. It's really hard to tell British sarcasm when it's just written down. So, two, can you imagine what the internet, these same people would have done on the internet if they had put a beard on a woman?
Yeah.
Like, this is your gender ideology, da, 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 and would have completely forgotten about that one lore reference in that one Tolkien letter. Like, there's no winning here.
Yeah.
There's no winning here. And the show hasn't even come out yet. And they're already being the racist because there are black elves.
Oh my.
This show. And I'm just like, yeah, because Tolkien was a bit racist. Just like a lot racist. Like, I don't know if you've ever read Tolkien, but all the good characters, like the more good a character is, the whiter their skin is. The more evil a character is, the darker their skin is. And this is explained in the text as you can see the inner darkness manifesting in their flesh. So hopefully the show didn't take that to heart and we know who the bad people are by their skin tone. But maybe it's fine to change a racist idea that all good people are pearl white. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time the next couple weeks. It's just going to be fun. Oh man, Freddie Mercury is life. In fact, the sci-fi story I'm working on, there may be a fighter pilot in there that is heavily inspired by Freddie Mercury. I may have stared at a picture of Freddie Mercury while writing his physical description. He may be a bit buck-toothed and may have a mustache. Just a bit. He also may have a fabulous falsetto that he chooses to sing in periodically. Just saying, not a thing. It's fine. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a nightmare. It's already a nightmare. The same with the Tolkien show. And like here I am trying to figure out how to get onto the social medias again because I've boycotted them for a while because, well, they're trash. And I'm just like, I don't know that now is the right time. I am very excited about Black Panther 2. I am very excited about it. I am concerned as how they're going to handle everything because, the actor who played the main character, is no longer with us. And the person who should be taking up his place was a very hateful anti-vaxxer during the whole panini. So, I mean, it's better than having an Ezra Miller problem, but I'm really curious what they're going to be doing with that. And I did not know that they were doing them until the musical.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it and I was like, I'm so confused.
Is it the same as the musical that I watched performed on a stage?
Like there's an actual movie coming that I've seen a trailer of.
The musical that I watched performed was fabulous. Oh my gosh.
They probably adjusted that one into the movie. Tends to be what they do.
I don't think this show has a chance of being good. And I'm not saying that because I think the cast looks phenomenal. The special effects look fine. Like, I'm not like coming at it from like a technical standpoint. I just feel like you can see from the interviews they're doing, this is going to be the Rise of Skywalker of TV series because they're trying to make everyone happy. They heard all of the criticism and anger over the last Game of Thrones, and they're trying to make it all better in the new one. And while that may make glorious trash like Rise of Skywalker, which is not the movie I wanted, but it's so the one the fandom deserved. It is penance for the way the fandom was and is. Like, yeah, it deserves to exist, and I will fight for it with all my heart. I feel like that's what House of Dragons is going to be. It's going to be the Rise of Skywalker, but for television, because you can't make the racist, anti-woman crowd happy while at the same time addressing the feminist critique of Game of Thrones and its overuse of sexualization of women to deal with exposition, while at the same time dealing with the innate racism that was just filling all of Game of Thrones from start to finish. Like, you can't make all of these people happy, and the only way to do that is to make soup. Like, you're gonna have to make the blandest puree that has ever been pureed of pure dragon essence. And
nope, here's an idea. Just get rid of all the people and only have dragons. It's fine.
oh no, because people were mad about the dragons too.
Well, dragons breathe fire. They can
There's
just breathe
no
fire
way.
at everyone.
Like,
Fine.
when you watch the interviews that they have all of the cast doing right now and the showrunners and everything, they really are like, we've learned from our mistakes. We've heard all of your criticisms and we've taken it all into account to make this show. And I'm like, no, never do this. Never do this. Fandoms don't know what they want. And that's how you get the Rise of Skywalker. Again, the movie the fandom deserved. But Because it's not. Oh. And I'm very concerned.
I want to know what book that I mentioned.
The
So-
anxiety one.
Oh, okay. Good anxiety. Yeah.
That's the only book you've mentioned, Megan.
I couldn't even remember mentioning that one. So
Yeah, I will probably be doing a public beta, maybe even a public alpha on the sci-fi book that I'm working on, because I think that's how I'm going to get over my publication anxiety. Is I'm just going to be posting the chapters as they're done over at World Anvil, because then I can't be like, well, I can't show this to people because I already have. Like they got to see it when it had all the spelling and grammar mistakes. Like, just put it out. I'm probably just gonna put it out and then correct it over time and make it better. So I will definitely let you know. I have 3 chapters written in it right now that I really don't like, and it's because I didn't understand the story. I do now, and I'm rewriting them, and I'll be able to move forward from there. So, but yeah. All I know is Namor better be in it and he better be hot. That's my only, like, they've set up that Namor is the villain. They have done everything but come out and said, I don't think they've actually come out and said that Namor is the villain.
The trailer was amazing, though.
Yeah. I'm just saying they've set up that Namor is the villain, so he better, like, all I know is he needs to wear nothing but the bathing suit for the entire run of the show because it's Namor. If you're not familiar with Namor, Namor is allergic to clothing because lives in the sea and is a fish person. So, hot guy in nothing but the bathing suit the entire movie. I'm fine. You succeeded. All I need. Just give me this one, okay, Marvel? Just give me this one. And if you think I'm wrong, just Google Namor and you'll.
I actually liked Doolittle. It wasn't the best, but I did like it.
I like the old Dr. Doolittle, the one from like the 60s or whatever.
I've never seen that one.
I've seen a couple people that cosplay Freddie Mercury, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. One of my favorite cosplayers, one of the characters she does is Freddie Mercury, because all of her cosplays are gender bend, so she only cosplays as men, and she does such a good job with it that it's rather terrifying when you know what she actually looks like, and you're like, honey, what binder are you wearing? Like, how did you make your chest I don't understand this. The physics of this, like, is that a TARDIS coat that just like covers up your femininity? Like, how are you doing this? Because I know what you look like in real life. Like, because she did a whole cosplay as David Bowie, and I don't know where she got the male chest plate that she's wearing, but it's topless David Bowie, and she's got a man's chest in the videos, and I don't know how she did that, and I need to know. I have so many questions. So
you
many
can,
questions.
I think you can watch it if you have HBO Max, but it had Rex Harrison in it and Samantha Egger and where Richard Attenborough is in it also.
Yep.
And it's just a fabulous movie.
It's
It's
very
really
precious.
it's adorable. I highly recommend watching it. My favorite scene is the snail scene. And if you've read the Dr. Dolittle books, you know what I'm talking about or have seen the movie. But
My biggest problem with it is because I'm such a big My Fair Lady fan, is I keep waiting for him to break out into that weird talking song.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, I'm just sitting there going, pretty soon he's going to look at this animal that he's trying to talk to and just go like, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. And he doesn't do it, and it's a little disappointing. Hello, Spence. How are you doing? We should do a sprint. We're probably about to do a sprint. I've been talking for a while. I don't know how long. I don't have a clock up, which is my bad.
What should I do? Like, I don't know what to work on.
Read!
My co-hosts for this evening are the wonderful Cat Leo, the phenomenal Megan McCarthy, the
Hello.
amazing horror writer Laura Nettles, and Stephanie Whitselm, who puts out books like a beast. We're just going to refer to her as the writing beast from now on. Thank you, Cat.
I'll take that title. It's totally fine. I like that
Laura
one.
is a short story / fiction writer beast. I just refer to people who achieve a lot of stuff. Like I'm just like, that's really impressive. You a beast. So I just refer to others as you a beast now.
I am curious. I would like to know more. Alrighty, so let us go ahead and do a sprint because we've been talking for a while and I need to at least pretend to be productive today. No, I'm actually being productive today. I'm just being very self-deprecating because I have problems. Then my nose has
I
started
might
itching
open
again.
Sims back up. Who knows?
Alrighty, we are doing the mermaid race again. Number 7 has 1, and we are going to say goodbye to number 7,
Goodbye,
Leaving-
7.
leaving us with numbers 1 through 6.
6.
Purple tails.
I am going to stick with number 1 because I don't know why I'm fascinated by the blue hair today, but I am fascinated by the blue hair today. Alrighty, we have been doing this for a wee bit of time, and I know some of you watch because you actually write during the chatter, which is amazing. I like to do that too. Make sure you're saving your stuff. Make sure that you are keeping them to yourself and not losing them to the great gremlins that are running around in the universe trying to take things away from us. Save them. Also, if you just need to take a break, take a break. Self-care is productivity for writers. If you are not doing your best, your fiction will suffer for it. So do take care of yourself. We're going to get started on the sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Number 6.
I win.
Woo!
Woohoo! Oh my goodness. So that was a very eventful period of time. What
One of my
happened?
sets of earrings came.
Woo!
Yay!
Okay, I'm going to try to turn my
Ooh.
camera on. I don't know how things are going to look. So I've been sneezing a lot today, and right when I went to sprint, that's so cute.
Oh, that's a pumpkin. For a second, I thought that was an onion. I'm like, why is the ghost holding an onion?
He wants to sneak up and make people cry.
I like it.
Maybe it's trying to kill Cat.
Oh no.
The ghost really likes you and wants you to join it in Ghost World.
Me as a ghost walks around as a ghost with onions, like, I didn't have it in life, so I get it now.
Oh, ow. Okay. So anyway, I sneezed right at the beginning of that last sprint and spasmed my back.
Ooh,
Oh.
ouch.
So I'm now sitting with my feet elevated and my back much better supported than it was. I apologize for any wincy faces that I make, but yeah. So that took quite some time to wrangle into submission, but I did get a little bit done on one of the projects that I'm working on. Totally not a nonfiction project that I'm writing on, but you know. I'm just going to name this book Old Faithful and not explain why. How did everybody else do?
Let's see. Well, I worked on my writing test and I've at least come up with something of an introduction and something of a first paragraph. Now I just have to write like a dozen more paragraphs because I need to make it 1,000 words somehow. And I only have 1 point.
Are you able to add more points, or
If I could think of more points, I would add more points. But basically, the assignment is to write an article about. Let me actually look at it so I can.
I walked Roy.
Oh, nice.
I decided there's going to be a fall festival with corn days there
Nice.
in my book that releases in October.
So the assignment is how to determine your non-negotiables when buying a luxury property. And mainly my only point is like imagine that you've purchased this new property and have moved in, go about your average day in the place and think about the things that you absolutely would require in your luxury home, and then write these details down and give it to your realtor because then they can help you find the right home for you. But that's all I've got. I've come up with reasons why it's beneficial to come up with your non-negotiables. So I have that paragraph, but other than that, I'm like,
So, CB, when I was younger, when I was going through that horrible high school phase, I had really bad acne and nothing that we did worked. They had me do the alcohol, they had me do the witch hazel, they gave me prescription stuff, none of it worked. Eventually, the dermatologist had me go to the store and buy Colgate, just Colgate toothpaste, the most basic one that you can get, and to put that on and wash with it. Now, she gave me 2 warnings. One, it can bleach your skin slightly, so you might get a little bit paler, and it will make you a little bit photosensitive, so sunscreen is very important. But that there's something in, because she was very specific that it had to be Colgate and not the other toothpaste, because something about its formula has that astringent quality
Mhm.
that you would find in other things, and it actually worked for me. So I don't know if that would work for you or not. It did sting from time to time because, like, I had a lot of blackheads on my nose, and when I would put it on, it felt like there was an army of tiny little monsters running around, pinching all of them. But the blackheads went away. It was a bit stingy. Like I could feel as each one was remedied.
This came up because they were talking about how to treat mosquito bites.
So,
But also, CB just put that she has used Colgate for mosquito bites.
that can work.
I
for
like
mosquito bites.
what's it called? Seabreeze for mosquito bites. It's a astringent cleanser, and
Yeah, but
it helps with the
probably has
itching.
alcohol in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It has alcohol in it,
Yeah, that's
Also-
the problem.
and that
with-
would work for CB.
Like, so a thing to remember about things that are an extract, most of the time they use alcohol to extract that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So, one thing that my grandmother used to do was she would use a pumice soap. Because what you're really wanting to do is extract from it the mosquito saliva, because that's what your skin is reacting to. That's what's giving you the welts. Because I'm very allergic to mosquitoes, and so a good pumice soap, like lava or something like that, is designed to basically remove a layer of skin. Like that is its job. Like it's like if it's would normally be used for like if you work in like grease all day and need to like get that off of you. But if you put just a little bit on the affected area and then wash it off, that has worked for me in the past. So maybe that.
I recommend apple cider vinegar and not white vinegar.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar is a miracle cure that does a lot of things really, really well.
But I should not just drink it.
It's not a magical cure-all, and anybody who tells you it's a magical cure-all is about to ask you for money.
So my grandma, she used to have glaucoma in her eyes. Like she had a lot of glaucoma because she was like 98, but she used to dilute apple cider vinegar and swish her eyes with them, and it got rid of the glaucoma to an extent that it was like noticeable by her doctor. And he was like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And she was explained to him, and he was like, oh, well, I wouldn't think that would be good for your eyes, but apparently it's working, so keep doing it.
Yeah, that feels like that would be really stingy because I've gotten. I mean, you'd have to dilute it quite a bit because, man, I've gotten apple cider vinegar in my eyes before, and that is not your friend. Like that, your grandmother had
Just
nerves
opening it sometimes hurt your eyes.
because I have psoriasis really, really bad, and
Mhm.
The apple cider vinegar actually works better for my skin than the prescription acid that
Mhm.
they gave me to eat everything off. And I think that's because it has a nutrient component to it,
Mhm.
but it's really terrifying because if I don't use it for a while and I put it on, my face turns really purple. Like it looks like I got beat up, and I'll stay that way for like 30 minutes, and then
Wow.
it's better. But you can see where all of the psoriasis spots are because they turn purple when you put the apple cider vinegar on.
Oh, that's a good idea, Tom.
Oh, hello,
Um,
Jules. I don't remember saying hello to you. Hello.
That's a good point. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, that's. I know, I've completely lost my train of thought from everything because my back is being really weird.
Oh.
You have to be very careful because remember, pumice soaps are designed to remove layers of skin. So if you have thin skin, if your skin is prone to scratches, like it can really redden your skin if you're not careful with it, because it's literally designed to rip off a layer of skin. But it will basically, it's like putting little micro shovels in to scrape out the stuff, because it's the, at least for me and my allergy, it's the anticoagulant that is in the mosquito saliva that hangs out around the wound where they bite you that I'm allergic to. And so getting that, which is why alcohol works, is it cleans it out. It can be bad for a lot of other reasons, so be very careful with it. But I have had bites so bad that we used hydrogen peroxide on them, and that cleaned them out as well. That stings a lot and can bleach your skin and cause other issues as well. So be very careful. Let's see. Yeah, this is true. It's they're not dangerous, but like it is designed to remove a layer of skin. Like I feel like that's very important for people to remember, because I had a friend of mine who was a model who was encouraged by her agency to use nothing but pumice soaps on her face.
Ouch.
To keep her
Ooh, that's a
skin
bad
smooth.
idea. Such a bad idea.
And while for a time it did help with the smoothing of her skin, yeah. I have to say, if you or anyone you know is interested in modeling, make sure there's somebody there to talk them out of the stuff that the agencies try to get them to do.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, I hope he gets to feeling better. It's been a very weird. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was weird. My microphone just disconnected for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I hope your father gets to feeling better. AFib is a weird thing. My dad has issues with AFib, and he has a pacemaker defibrillator that he had installed, that if his heart's not beating right, it will kick one of the two into action and make it regulate his heartbeat more. The hardest thing for him though is getting him to understand that, like, it's 150 degrees outside. You don't need to be out working in the lawn. You're 80 years old and you have heart problems, and it's 115 degrees outside. Sit in the air
No
conditioning.
one should be out in that heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone someone over like 50.
Yeah, just go watch TV.
Please be lazy once in your life.
Go down to the basement and work on something.
Grandpa that doesn't know I call him Grandpa. Please don't
Actually,
die.
he does know, because I told him, and he rather fell in love with that. Because one, he thinks he's famous because he showed up during one of the live streams and is like convinced that he's famous because he has a much inflated view of my audience size on YouTube. And yeah, he knows how bad that I wanted children and how much he loves having grandkids. So, like, that made him very, very, very happy. I think I'm going to rush us into another sprint because I feel like my back is about to start spasming again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hop off the stream because I have to go make dinner.
Alrighty. Have the fun.
All right. Thanks.
See you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I'm moving very slowly and very deliberately right now.
That's why it's all weird. Oh my gosh.
What?
I was like, why is this not smooth of a cover? I don't know if you probably can't tell. But
No.
this is the reflection pattern.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I can see it a little bit.
A little bit, but yeah.
Oh my.
That's the reflection. My brain. Okay.
That I'm sorry,
They
that's
put some
stunning.
effort into that.
They
Yeah,
did.
that's
Shiny.
there you go. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Wow. That's somebody thought that through. That's rather amazing.
I thought it was just like mangled. No, it's
Good night, Stevie.
it's crazy.
We need to come up with favors our grandpa can do for people
Right?
for the safety of the basement.
Like, I keep telling him, like, if you really don't know what to do and you really feel like doing something, make me bread. Because I cannot replicate my father's bread. He has shown me how to make it on numerous occasions. I am incapable of replicating his bread. I don't understand what I do differently. I have made it with him in the house, hovering over each and everything. I have hovered over him as he's made it. I have no idea what I do wrong, but I cannot replicate his bread. And
Princess, if you cause problems,
it's one of the greatest things ever. Alrighty, let me hit buttons. Let us say goodbye to number 6.
I love that it was 7-6. I wonder if the next one's going to be 5.
My bet is 2.
My bet is still purple tails.
That would be amazing if it just like one by one counts down.
That would be great.
Alrighty, I'm sticking with number 1.
Yeah, I agree with Spence. Okay, you can't put it as if you need something to do, you got to be like, please, can you make me just 1,000,000 loaves of bread to send to your fan?
Oh, I can see him doing
I
that.
want a loaf of bread.
I love bread.
I'll take a loaf.
I love bread.
I want a
It's
Grandpa
so good.
Dorset loaf and a Glory loaf.
Oh, because he finds, because one,
I will literally send you a picture of me eating bread if he sent me bread.
it's better when he makes it in winter because they have a wood stove that they can turn on and he proofs it over by the fire. So it gets this little hint of smokiness
nice.
into it that is just ever so delightful. But even when he doesn't do that, like during this, when it's not cold enough to have the fire going, it's still just so good. I don't get it. And honestly, if you've not tried Glory's amazing, I don't know what to call it, butter bread recipe that we make like way too much. It's the easiest thing in the world. Get a bread machine and just make this bread and live off of it. It is amazing.
We love an honorary grandpa.
Oh, I can't wait to tell him about this and see what his reaction is. Alrighty.
Hopefully it's to go to the kitchen and start making bread.
Also,
That would be amazing.
cooking up 2 babies. So it'd be like, hey, you would be getting more grandchildren, like weird honorary grandchildren out of this. Like, do the pregnancy a favor.
I will
She
definitely.
wants bread, and her oven is too hot. And
Definitely have to give this a try.
squishy.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get this started before my back gives out on me. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's get something done. I mean,
Ooh,
number one. Yay!
Good job.
woo.
Blue hair for the victory.
Nice.
So I did nothing.
My dishes are running, and I started reading.
Nice. I took the dogs, well, I fed the dogs, then took them out. And then I was working on the difficult and complicated writing test that I am working on. But at least I have some ideas thanks to everyone's help in the chat. So I have like half a page written, which is really only like 250 words, but it's more than I had.
I say I did nothing. I worked through a series of relaxation things that I have learned to help calm down the muscles in my back a bit.
Mm.
So, like, it was on purpose that I technically did nothing. But considering I had so much I wanted to do before this occurred. Let's see. Where are we?
You're on Earth.
Are you sure?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
We're in the Matrix.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left. Yeah, luckily I got really relaxed and my brain did the whole, you're very relaxed. You should take a nap right now. And I was like, wait a minute. I know this is a trap. And I opened my eyes. There were like 10 seconds left on the timer. I'm like, I see what you were trying to do, brain. I see what you were trying to do. Not funny. Not funny. No. I reject what you're doing. No. Mine do this all the time. I don't think I'm not going to say what I thought I saw, but when I was reading one of the templates that they added to Plotter this morning, the font did things to my eyes, and I misread an H and an exclamation point and thought it said something very naughty. And I was like, freaked out for a moment, and Brian was like, what is it? And then my eyes like focused in, because they give us the other part of this update is we can change the font now, and it changed to a default font that was different from the one that I had before, and I don't like it. So it's not my default font anymore. But I thought it said something rather saucy. I was like, why do I want to put that on my character sheet? Why does that matter? Why are you asking? Oh wait. Oh, that says aha. Oh. Your H's need longer stems. So good luck, mother-in-law. I'm sure. That reminds me, actually, I am supposed to be, one of the many things I'm supposed to be doing is figuring out what we're going to be doing when the in-laws come to visit in, I think, October. Either late September or October. Late September or early October. They haven't gotten back to us yet. Because she likes to go visit things, and we live in the middle of nowhere where there's nothing to visit. And this isn't their first time down here, so the few things we could show her, she's already seen, and they're really not impressive.
She can visit the squirrels and the turtle.
Yeah, she usually likes to go on hikes until she encountered the truth of the Ozark tick, and
Ooh, yeah.
they went on a 30-minute hike, and I think she pulled 53 ticks off of her.
Holy
Oh
cow.
gosh.
Oh no, yeah, you don't go into the wild around here. Like, you just don't. Like, you will be drained. You will be desiccated when you come out. Like, between the mosquitoes, the ticks, the fleas, and the chiggers, everything wants to drink your blood. And the things that don't are probably venomous. So We don't do a lot of the nature things around here. It's just not a thing that we do because I like having my blood in my body.
Yeah, I can see that.
I know I'm
That
weird
would.
like that, but
Depends on the story for me. Going the blood inside or outside?
so I know I was talking about Verily's wonderful video about first kill, but she starts with a very long caveat of, "I know you freaks. I know what you're going to do to my comment section. I know. Just get it all out of your system. Yes, yes, yes. Bite me, drain me dry, kill me now. Yeah. Just get it all." And one of the things that she actually offers to the vampires in first kill
Whoa.
hunt down videos on
Someone's in the
YouTube
hall.
about
How
vampires
dare they?
and find willing donors in the comment section. And she's not wrong.
I'll go check the door and satisfy him.
Yes, there are 2 purple mermaids in the timer. Woohoo! Folded laundry. Push your stomach trained. The internal parasites into deciding to get into the right orientation and stay there for the next few weeks. That sounds fun. Language fails me. I don't know the appropriate word, but sure, let's say fun. Yeah. Alrighty. I think we should do one more sprint. We'll go a little bit over, just a little bit, but
Spence says desperate. The word you're looking for is desperate.
that sounds about right. Like I said, we'll go just a little bit over, but I think that it would be a good thing because I have actually relaxed my back a little bit, so maybe I can actually get something done. Yay, that would be so wonderful. I mean, I did. I actually got some character stuff done in the first sprint, but yeah, that last one was just no. So maybe this is the winner. Maybe? Please. Alrighty. I gotta pick a new mermaid. Bye-bye, number 1.
I roll.
Two or three.
I'm going to go with number 5 because it seems to be picking from. No, I'm going to go with number 2 because it did 7, 6, and now it's done 1. So 2 because it's going through the ends. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
I'll go with number 4 just to be contrary wise.
You just be that way then.
Okay, I will.
Thanks to you, the hubby and I had a fight yesterday because he was like, "You mind if I have the rest of the milk?" And I'm just like, "Wait a minute, why do you want the rest of the milk?" He's like, "No reason. Do you mind if I finish off the milk? I'll buy more tomorrow." I'm like, "But why do you want the milk?" He's like, "No reason." I can't tell you if I mind. I know what you're going to use it for. It's like, I just want to have a cocoa. Like, so you want to have a cocoa, but I can't have a cocoa because you're going to use all of the milk in the cocoa. And you just didn't want me to know. He's like, exactly. I didn't want you to know. I was like, you're going to use that really good Laura cocoa, aren't you? And he's like, of course I am. I'm just like, how dare you, sir? Ah! And it got all very melodramatic because, well, we've done nothing but talk about that really bad lesbian vampire show for a week. So it was fun. Get yourself some cocoa and fight over the last of the milk.
Very nice.
Keeps lives happy. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get the sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go!
too.
Again.
Purple.
Laura saw through all of the lies.
That's it. And I'm almost halfway through this book.
Nice.
Oh gosh, I've read a couple of these stories before, but like online, I've never owned them.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot how that one ended. Oh my gosh!
It's Junji Ito, not well.
Like I remember the guy is walking around like this. Like I remember he's holding his head on, and that it was decapitated. But like everything after that, I was like, oh no! Oh my gosh! That's not how you're supposed to use a cockroach. Oh.
I don't want to know.
No,
I
you
don't want to know.
you really don't. Yeah.
Or a tarot card. Like, no. Bad fortune teller lady.
Yeah, I really didn't get anything done that sprint because, as you may have noticed, I got cat-stracted with a wonderful it was actually McGonagall that hopped up here and gave the super close-up cuteness to the
Oh.
camera. And then she insisted on having her starfish pointed right at the camera, and nobody needs to see that, so I turned the camera off. But yeah, she demanded, like, you have to love me. And I'm like, of course, no blood for you, but yes, of course. Because she very rarely asks for pets. So when asked, take all you can get. Just take it. Because you don't know when you're going to get asked again. How did everybody else do that one?
I worked on my test thing, and I'm currently up to 545 words. So I'm about halfway there. I just have to somehow double this. And I've kind of run out of the words.
Good luck.
The days, the hours are ticking by. I can feel them ticking. I'm only going so fast. I have no idea if I'm going to finish this on time, but I'm going to at least make an attempt. A good, honest attempt.
And in the end, that's all that can be asked of any of us. Alrighty. We have gone a bit over. It's 7:11 right now, my time, so make a wish. So as far as the schedule goes, tomorrow will be whatever Madcap Adventures Brian has planned for us in Valheim. If he actually has gotten me my mountain armor, I might try to get us more woofs.
Nice.
Or find the woof that disappeared. Because we had woofs and then they ran away. So yay for that. And then Friday will probably be a continuation of our vampire adventures in V Rising, maybe even, hopefully, and Brian's video card will be here by then, because it's really frustrating because they sent the computer without the video card in it. So they're sending the video card separately, and hopefully once it's installed we don't realize, oh, and they forgot these other things too.
Oh man.
So more for his sake, I'm hoping that that's all it takes, that we can just plug that in and he can join us on Friday, because he is both very excited about it and really upset that they messed it up. So
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much my week. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to say before we run off?
Don't forget about the We Will Not Go Back Feminist Anthology. Pieces are due September 27th, so you still have quite a bit of time to come up with something. and write it out and then record yourself. And they'll go live on the 28th. If you want more details, you can go to. Do you mind if I post in using your thing? 'Cause
Yes, do it.
it's just easier that way. I'm going to post my link tree, and that has more information and ways to contact me in case you have any questions. And yeah, I look forward to seeing your pieces. There we go.
Oh man. So everything that was in my head making me sneeze earlier is now in the back of my throat making me cough.
Oh,
So
no.
we've moved on to, what is this, phase 4? I don't know. We're in a phase. I think Thanos is about to snap me into dust. I'm not sure. Oh,
It's gonna snap you into pollen.
I mean, it would be fitting. It would be a fitting punishment for everything that's going on.
You were pollen all along.
I was calling all along. And I'm sure Laura's got 5,000 things about to be published and a million streams and some amazing vlogs planned.
I have 5 pieces publishing in October.
Ooh.
Between 2 different anthology thingies. And my podcast, Twisted Tendrils Horrific Writing Advice. The episode from last Friday is an interview with Alexa Dunn all about imposter syndrome.
Nice.
And this weekend, I am interviewing Lizelle Sambury all about Canadian horror. So
Ooh.
finding horror wherever you are, so they don't all take place in New York.
What? That's crazy.
I know. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Who would have thunk that you could have a horror take place in somewhere that is not New York?
Wow.
It's just, my mind is blown. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say. Have the fun, y'all. See you on Twitch tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.